The Grand Theft Auto franchise is no stranger to controversy, and sometimes the mere existence of a particular NPC has been enough to cause a scandal. Here are just a few Grand Theft Auto characters who resulted in real-life legal cases when art seemed to imitate life a little too closely for comfort. The feud between Rockstar Games and Lindsey Lohan has become fairly legendary at this point, and it all sprang from an infamous character named Lacey Jonas. Voiced by Bridget Burke, the deceptively bubbly Lacey Jonas is a frequent target of the paparazzi, her once promising career having been derailed by a series of scandals and an eating disorder. At one point in the game, Lacey mentions being a singer and actress with a filmography full of rom-coms. She also gets noticeably upset if the player character doesn't immediately recognize her. Unfortunately for Rockstar Games, the star of Mean Girls and I Know Who Killed Me recognized herself in Lacey Jonas. Lohan filed multiple complaints against the developers of GTA 5, arguing that Jonas not only resembled her physically, but had a similar voice and mannerisms. One of Lohan's points of comparison was the fact that Jonas was frequently depicted flashing a peace sign in promo material, which Lohan felt was a pose closely associated with her own brand. Judges working for New York's Court of Appeals disagreed, finding Jonas to be a generic parody of Hollywood starlets and not close enough to Lohan to justify litigation. Lohan's claims that her privacy had been invaded by Rockstar Games was subsequently thrown out. Florida-based tattoo model Lauren Sullivan gained notoriety on the internet back in 2017 when he was arrested and a video of his court hearing was uploaded to the internet. His numerous facial tattoos and dyed hair earned Sullivan the nicknames Florida Joker and Miami Joker, and he's continued to cultivate an online following in the ensuing years. Because of this, the presence of a visually similar character in the first GTA 6 trailer raised eyebrows on the internet, including Sullivan's own, which yes, are also tattooed. With Vice City being a parody of real-world Miami, the GTA 6 trailer is unsurprisingly full of references to real-life Florida man incidents, but Sullivan has expressed unique displeasure at the prospect of being parodied in Rockstar's next game. Since the trailer premiered in December 2023, Sullivan has uploaded multiple videos calling Rockstar out and demanding financial restitution. His asking price jumped from $2 million to $5 million in just under a month. But Rockstar has not responded to the Florida Joker's demands, and something tells us that he's not exactly the follow-through type.
You don't have a lawyer.
I didn't even feel like signing the paperwork. I'm really not in the mood for that.
Though many fans online have embraced Florida Joker's videos and encouraged him to secure that bag, both GTA 5 actor Ned Luke and Red Dead Redemption 2 star Roger Clark have made light of Sullivan's complaints. In a snarky video response, Clark quipped,
"They know exactly what they can and cannot get away with. If I were you, I would use the notoriety that they just threw your way to my advantage."
He added, quote, "You ain't getting a job in Home Depot with that face."
It's Nico Bellic. I'm here for an interview.
In Grand Theft Auto 4, protagonist Nico Bellic is tasked with hunting down Tom Goldberg, a lawyer who is using his connections to commit terrible crimes in secret. Goldberg comes into possession of some photos that could be used against corrupt police commissioner Francis McCreary, which leads to Nico pretending to look for a job at Goldberg's firm. This ruse gets Nico close enough to steal the blackmail material and assassinate Goldberg before he can build a case. It's a pretty standard GTA mission, but it ended up drawing the ire of former attorney and anti-GTA activist Jack Thompson. Thompson may sound familiar to gamers for his crusade against violence in video games, with Grand Theft Auto as a frequent focus. Before he was disbarred, Thompson represented multiple clients seeking damages from Rockstar Games and Take-Two Interactive, with a common thread being that they held violent video games responsible for influencing young minds to commit horrible crimes. Thompson also attempted to halt the release of multiple Rockstar titles, including GTA 4. He was none too pleased to discover that, shortly before being killed in GTA 4, Tom Goldberg says a phrase associated with Thompson himself.
Guns don't kill people, video games do.
Thompson briefly threatened to pursue further legal action against the developer unless Rockstar removed the elements of the game that he felt were directed at him. Nearly 2 decades later, the offending missions and Goldberg remain in the game, and Thompson has seemingly dropped this particular case. Karen Gravano is a daughter of famous mobster Salvatore Gravano, a familial connection that led to her being one of the stars of the long-running reality series Mob Wives in its first 3 seasons. Among Grand Theft Auto circles, Karen Gravano has also become famous for suing Rockstar Games to the tune of $40 million, claiming that the developer based GTA 5 character Antonia Bottino off of her life story. The character in the game is also the daughter of an infamous mob boss who has notably forbidden his kin from appearing in a reality show. so it makes sense that Gravano saw some similarities between the character and her own experience. In reply, Rockstar Games noted that Antonia Bottino looks a bit different from Karen Gravano, also arguing, the major event befalling Bottino, being kidnapped and nearly buried alive, undisputedly is not an element of Miss Gravano's life. Despite Gravano's claims that the game infringed upon her personal history and a planned memoir, the satirical bent to Rockstar's storyline and the differences from her real-life story led to the case being tossed out.